Saint Lucia and the CD 1025 Big Room sold out with Joy Wave tonight at the NR Bar. Win the Night out now on Neon Gold, Columbia Records. Now, when I come across someone with your name, I always struggle with the pronunciation because it seems like there's many different. And you introduced yourself before, but I want to make sure I heard you right. Did you say John or Jean?
The actual correct pronunciation is Jean-Philippe, but I just say Jean because it's just easier. But
John. How about Johnny?
John. But the funny, whenever I go to like a coffee shop or something and I make an order and I'm like, and they're like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Jean." And they're like, "John?" And I'm like, "No, Jean, like as in Jean." And they're like, "You know, they're gonna call you Gene when they call your name." And I'm
right.
Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
fine.
you just throw your hands in the air and give up.
Exactly.
Fair enough. All right. The Liverpool Institute, founded by Sir Paul McCartney.
Yes.
You are an alumni. I actually know a guy who went there.
Oh, no way.
And I'm not going to do maybe you know each other thing. We'll
Maybe
do that.
We might.
Though.
Michael Lerner
No.
has a band. I didn't think so. He has a band called Telekinesis. They're really good. But
cool.
my point is that his dad is an old friend of mine, and he put a picture of his graduation on his Facebook a couple years ago, and he's shaking hands with Sir Paul. Is that standard? Does everyone who graduate get a handshake from Paul McCartney?
Pretty much, I think so. I think unless like he has something really crazy important
So
to do on
did
that
you
day.
get your handshake?
I did, and I also had a private songwriting lesson with him, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's you kind of the crazy thing was you would see him around the school occasionally, just sort of walking around or sort of in the canteen, just doing his thing, and it was really surreal.
So when he takes you aside for your personal songwriting lesson, take me through that. What's it like?
Well, it was basically at the end of my final year of being at the school, and it was like about 20 minutes that I had with him. And we were told before the class that we should pick one song that we'd written that we should play for him, and then sort of discuss it, and he would give his thoughts about the song. And at the time, I wasn't the biggest Beatles fan, and I wasn't super aware of their whole back catalog. So the song that I'd written that I chose to play for him was called "Carry the Weight," and I had no idea that there was a Beatles song called "Carry the Weight." So I played him the song. I mean, this is a long time ago. So I played him the song, and he was like, "Carry the Weight. That sounds familiar." but he really liked the song, and. We had a really good time, and he made a little suggestion, and I used it, and so now it's co-written by Jean-Philippe Grobler and Paul McCartney. Sir Paul McCartney.
So you had to give him the credit, or he'd sue you for...
No, I just gave him the credit, so I would have the song with Paul McCartney.
If I ever wrote a song, I think I would just give him a credit.
Exactly,
So
I just gave it to him.
Me, Paul McCartney, and myself, we wrote this, and... Well, that's an awesome story. Congratulations on that. So you have the diploma proudly displayed on your wall, and
No.
What do you
In my mind and in my heart.
All right,
somewhere.
fair enough. I would keep that thing out. That's a good conversation piece. Well, we already heard a great song. You can tell he worked hard in school and got all A's. How about another song? Then we'll chat a little bit more. St. Lucia and the Big Room.